Hello, I'm Jane from Loopy's Place, and I'm coming to you today from my studio here in Sheffield. This conversation I'm going to have today is based on something that happened in the community classes that I had last week. We had somebody who is taking up sewing for the first time. She's bought a lovely new to her machine. It's a second-hand machine, but it's in brilliant condition and a great make. And that's always a great way to start off with your sewing journey, especially if you're not quite sure if you're going to enjoy it or not. In the conversation we had, I just wanted to check and see what tools she had, just so that we could tailor the classes that we have to her needs and to make some suggestions as she goes along about what she might want to add into her toolbox. And then we came on to bobbins. A few years back, I think probably when I was growing up, my mum had her grandmother's hand cranked machine, and it had shuttles. Then we started getting modern machines and we came to the spools. That was probably the biggest change. And although most machines now are still using those spools, it's amazing how many of them have different sizes. So I thought we'd spend just a couple of minutes just having a look at a few. I've got 3 here, all different. I do have some at home that are different again, but they're not here. So shall we have a look? So this is a metal spool, and this goes in my Dookie. I've used the ones that came with the machine, and when I came to replace them so that I had more, I went back to the manufacturer so that I could get the right size. These do last a long time, so it doesn't worry me putting that investment in. I've spent a lot on the machine. I want it to last for as long as possible, and by using the spool that fits the machine as designed for it will help it go a bit longer. Now if I was to put one of these into my other machine that uses plastic spools, I could do a lot of damage. This metal one is going into a specialised casing for it. The plastic ones will have their own casing, and it will not stand up to the wear and tear from a metal one. Not only that, look at the difference. I can fit that inside it. So diameter, it's the same. The metal one is slightly bigger, but it's narrower, so it will fit inside there. So here is another plastic one. It is slightly smaller, but it's also designed differently. So this one is for a faff, and you may see just inside there is a ridge for winding the thread round. This is for my Janome, and it's just shaped pretty much like the metal one. So I couldn't use that in my Janome, and I couldn't use that one in my faff. In fact, the faff will tell you if you're not using the right machine, the right bobbin. So going back to this lady, she thought she was getting a bargain. She went and bought a set of metal spools, all with ready threaded with different colours, which is great. But the machine that she has uses plastic spools, so they're not going to be much good for her machine. As we can see, probably more noticeable now, it's flat on the sewing table. Even the plastic ones come in different sizes. So when it comes to replacing your bobbins, or even when you're at home, if you've got different machines, make sure you are using the right spool. You don't want to bend needles or cause any damage to the casing. You want to be able to look after your machine and have it working for you for a long time to come. If you don't have your manual that came with your machine, if it's got lost over the years, or you've picked one up secondhand, it doesn't have it, look online. There's quite often copies of PDF copies of manuals for a lot of the machines, so that you're able to check, and in there it will tell you which bobbins that you need. The other thing that you can do, if you go to a reputable company, they will help you make sure that you've got the right spool for your machine. So make use of those resources that you have there. I hope you found that useful. Look forward to speaking to you again. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell as well to get notifications, and I'll be back next week with another useful hint and tips for you. Do take care, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye for now.